Okay guys, so this is an update on the whole debt validity letter and whatnot. The first video that I uploaded was just a little over a month ago. I'll leave a link in the description box to that video for those who did not see it and would like to catch up, but I am not going to play catch up for you. So these are just, this is the receipt, whatever, this is the return, like hard copy receipt that they returned to me signed, and when it was delivered and whatnot. So this is what would be considered the next step, or more so like the step where I would have left off in the last video. This is not the specific envelope or statement that we received next from them, but I do not have the payment coupon slip thing with this address and whatever in that corner. I don't have that, and so I can't show you that specific one in the envelope. I do have the envelope and the rest of the statement, I just don't have that payment coupon right now. So yeah, this, we would have received this like either right before the card services location would have received our debt validity letter. This is the first response that we received back from the actual like debt collector, Chase's debt collector. Our first response after they had received our letter that we sent to them. So the delivery date was October 14th, and that was shown on that hard copy receipt that I already showed you in this video. Now pay attention to like all these addresses. So that address is not the same as the address that sends like the statements. So right now, like, this is two different parties that are trying to collect on the same exact amount on behalf of Chase, or whoever, I guess on behalf of Chase Bank USA and A, in all honesty. So two different locations that use Chase in their name, but are collecting on an account that these guys own. Now, for those of you who can recall from my first video regarding this, and where I had like mentioned that you know, like I felt like we were being deceived, and their letter was misleading and they needed to clarify and whatnot. So here they added Chase, and then they added that attention part, because the letter, like the letter that we sent, not only was it trying to validate the debt, but it was wanting like them to prove that they were authorized to collect, and their address was different. So they decided to add Chase there, but attention, Cardmember Service. So we did not respond to that letter. So this was the next thing that we received, and it was still coming from the debt collector, Chase's debt collector. And I just want to kind of make note to everybody, or have everybody make note, how important I find it for people to understand or realize, the deception that's behind a goddamn envelope, with these windows. Who's really being addressed? And the most important thing is the letter inside, if you see. So Chase up here, they're addressing themselves. This letter is addressed to them. It's not even addressed to whoever is going to be shown in the window below. The deception that's behind a goddamn envelope. I think it's really important for people to understand what these things really mean, how they are being addressed, if they are the ones being addressed and whatnot. Now this is the letter that was enclosed in that envelope, just barely. So that address is the same that was used on the other debt collecting letters. Now that phone number up at the top is not the same phone number that they provided on the, how many letters? The 2 letters in this time, of us trying to validate their debt and their lawful authority to collect on it. So with us not responding to anything since our letter was sent to them, asking them to validate this stuff for us, they changed the phone number, and then they removed the website. The website is not on this letter, and if you go back to the first video that I did, you will see that letter did have the website on it, and then the letter that I just barely showed you right before this one, it did have the website on there as well. Total different phone number up at the top. The one below, yeah, but it's 1-800 number. So now notice how they're addressing themselves. It doesn't matter if your name's below theirs. They are addressing themselves and an account underneath them. They aren't addressing you. So they say update information regarding validation of the debt associated with the account. They sent this October 23rd. Thank you for contacting us to advise you that you do not recognize this account and to request validation of the debt. We didn't contact them to advise us that we don't recognize the account and for them to request validation of the debt. We were wanting them to validate the debt, that they were trying to collect. Never once did we ask them to advise us that we do not recognize the account. We reviewed our records and requested the last 3 billing statements showing charges made or payments received on this account. Why would they need to request that? Who are they requesting from? You will receive them in separate mailing. Why? We provided monthly billing statements previously for this account in the normal course of business. false. That's a lie. They didn't. Like, this specific address did not. And if they were to have done so in the past, why would they need to request the last 3 billing statements, you know? Why would they need to send them in separate mailing? However, if you want additional documents other than the statements that have already been requested for you, sorry, that's not how this works. It should be requested of us or by us, not for us. Please specify the ones you need and we will provide them if they are available. Sorry, already done did that in the letter that we sent to you that you are responding to here. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact our customer support team at 1-888 whatever. That's the same number up at the very top that they changed. We are available Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. ET. And what a coincidence that Eastern time is ET. ET, phone home. The Garden of Eden, or the garden eastward of Eden, is eastward of Eden. That's where all this shit friggin' started. ET, phone home. Phone home in New York City. Sincerely, customer support team. Account is owned by Chase Bank USA NA. Now, this lettering is a little bit larger than that was provided on the other letters. And that's probably because we acknowledged that already, and this doesn't include that they are attempting to collect a debt. Alright, so this one we received, well, it's dated the same exact day, but I think we received them like a day apart from each other. Anyway, so the thing is here, this is from Cardmember Services, not Cardmember Service, and that P.O. box right there, that's the same P.O. box used by like Chase when they send the statements. So that is not the same P.O. box used by Cardmember Service, the debt collector, but they're trying to trick us here, obviously. So they're working together. It's Chase's debt collector, but obviously Cardmember Service doesn't have access to all of this stuff. Otherwise, like, they wouldn't need to have these guys send it for them. So yeah, that's one thing to notice here. That address right there. And just like, remember, so Cardmember Service informed us in that other letter that they would be the ones to send these last 3 statements, monthly billing period, or whatever the heck, but that is not them. So needless to say, have not responded to them, but I will get into who we have reached out to, or in the process of reaching out to, and then may or may not send a letter to Cardmember Service informing them who they need to contact for further information that they're looking for, payment that they're looking for. We'll see what like we receive from them in the next couple of days after we get this other letter sent to elsewhere. And this is what's inside the envelope from Chase Cardmember Services instead of service. So they try to address, like, you know, the way that Cardmember Services does. Oh, and look, notice here, sincerely Cardmember Service. Well, that of which is received from Cardmember Service and not Cardmember Services, they don't even sign as sincerely Cardmember Service. They sign as customer support team. So your account ending in blah blah blah. So why do they do that when up at the very top, up above the date here, which is October 23rd, being the same date that the letter, like, we received from Cardmember Service, the debt collector, same date, whatever. So the account number is included up there above the date, the full account number. And this says, "Thank you for contacting us with questions about your account. Sorry, but no, we did not contact you specifically. We value your business and appreciate the opportunity to work with you. Of course you do, because you've been making bank. As you requested, we're enclosing a copy of your billing statement." Sorry, dudes, but never requested that. "Sometimes we can't fit all the requested statements into one envelope. So if you requested copies and you don't see all the statements you requested in this envelope, rest assured additional statement copies will be sent to you in a separate letter. Sincerely, Cardmember Service." Like, what the F are you talking about? Like, they're trying to play off that there's somebody else, but they can't even keep in line with each other, like what they're communicating. You know, the other one said they requested the last 3 billing statements for us, but yes, okay, the last 3 billing statements are included here. By the way, okay, so 14 pages, and this is just on regular size paper. If anybody knows what a credit card statement looks like, and if you flip that over and the fine print, like everything that they say, it's like your account information about your account, whatever, a big old long spiel, super small lettering. Yeah, well, this has all been minimized because it's not even the full length of each of these papers. You need a friggin' magnifying glass if you don't have good eyesight to read what they've included here. So, yeah, anyway. And then after this, we've received one more actual, like, statement, the monthly billing statement with the payment coupon, and that was what I showed you at the beginning of the video that I had to use, like, in place of the first one that we received, since I didn't have that payment coupon with the address and stuff on it. And before I get into reading the letter or the most recent letter that we're sending out, and before I get to who I'm sending it to or what address I'm sending it to, check out all of these that they've, like, sent from or are telling us to send to. So this was the first one from the debt collector. Overnight mail, card services, both of them, okay? Now, this is the one where they added that Chase thing, but look at that, they changed. Instead of card services, it's Cardmember Service. Like, what the freak? But same addresses for those. And then the sending address, of course, like that they send from, is that one, which goes with this one here. So Cardmember Service matches that, but the first one that they sent says that card services. Okay, so then you got these two. So this is what your normal like billing statement, whatever that they send. The address matches this, but it doesn't, like the friggin' name, title, whoever is sending it, doesn't match. Because here is where they try to play off to be the friggin' debt collector. So that is how many different ways of addressing payments, let alone, that isn't even like letters that they're talking about. These are total different addresses and titles, authority figures, or whatever, you know. They expect payments to be sent to. How many different accounts, like, are they collecting on here? And this isn't even the half of them. I'll show you what's on the back of its statement that they provide. And of course, it doesn't match anything to do with these friggin' addresses that the debt collector, like, is saying to address to, or even where, like, they're addressed from. So on the back of the statement, they provide this address, mail payments to, and that same address is like an address that is included on the payment coupon. So it's not the address that is being, like, that the statement is being sent from, but it's who they want the payment addressed to in the little window box thing that is like in the envelope that they provide to you with the statement. Then you got this one here. Send inquiries to 15298. And then check out how similar that is to this one here, 15299. The only difference is the letter at the, or number, my bad, number at the end, the 9. 9, 8. 9. And then this one is provided once more down here. But why do you think they did that? Why do you think they're so close? Because this one here, if you send questions or have concerns or dispute anything, if you send it there, they are still able to try and collect. They're still able to harass you. If you send to this address, which is provided down here, they are not allowed to, like, they even claim it here. We cannot try to collect the amount in question or report you as delinquent on that amount while we investigate whether or not there has been an error. The following are true. When they sit here and they tell you that you don't have to pay the amount that you're questioning. So I'm questioning it all. And then they provide another address over here. So 15049. And that one does not match any of the addresses elsewhere that I provided to you. And you can go back and look for yourself in the video. So nowhere on here does, like, or do they include anything, any of the addresses that have to do with the debt collector, for one. And then I'm not quite sure what this one here is, but they're saying to send it to Card Services, and that Card Services is not the same Card Services that was titled on the first debt collector's letter. So, yeah. Why do they have the runaround? Why do they make it so difficult for people to know who to contact? Because they're a bunch of fraudsters. They're corrupt. They're deceiving people left and right. And this is the letter that I just finished working on. And yes, I did handwrite the whole entire thing. And then we're saving the original for our own records. And then all I did is I copied it, and then that way too, because I am not using an envelope, the paper, it won't be damaged this way, especially with it being sent certified mail and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, I'm not using an envelope. As you can see here, I don't have the sender's address up there because I am not writing this letter to us. I am writing it to them. So then, flip it over. Underneath the sticky note is where I have the sender's address. And then here, I decided to put some instructions for them on how to open it, just so that they don't try and slice open at the top and ruin the actual letter, destroy the letter, So I've given them instruction, and it's their responsibility from there. If they F it up, then sucks for them. How to open, break seals. Seals are labeled your convenience. Lift here, unfold, lift. So, of course, I don't have it sealed yet because I'm going to open it and read it. So, open. This is what they see when they unfold it. So, I'm not using an envelope because sending it certified mail, I need them to be signing and accepting the letter, not the envelope. So I need them to be contracting, using that signature and claiming that responsibility for the letter. And I am addressing this letter to them. I don't want to use an actual envelope, and then they can argue that. This they cannot. So up at the top here, page 1 of 6, and I made sure to put Chase Bank USA.NA. I snuck that in there, and it's above here. So we're addressing customer service for Chase Bank USA.NA, and I stapled my 6 pages together because I need them binded. They need to be together. They are meant to be together. They are complete. Down here at the bottom, it'll say letter continues, see page 2, because this is part of the letter. This is I'm addressing them. And I made sure to copy in colors so you have the lines of the paper. I used lined paper because I have these lines to protect me in this conversing. Yeah, this is letting them know that this is a message that is sent all together as one, should not be ignored or misconstrued or anything else added to it or for them to think that there's anything more other than what I've noted that you know, there might be or whatever. But the lined paper is, to me, I feel it's better than the open, unframed, not binded, just the way that they send it all, you know, because it's what they do to deceive. Oh, and also why I'm not sending it in an envelope is because when I was writing the letter and I was going to say, like, when they accept the letter that will be enveloped, like the, you know, in the envelope that they're signing for, I looked up the definition, like what it means to envelop. Dude, that to continue in sin or cover, and yeah, no, I'm good. I'll stick with this letter, and I'll fold it and seal it, because sealing is proves or validates the authority. Sealing, and then so we put our address to the right, of course, to the right of theirs, because we're addressing them on the left. It's on the seal, like the tab. So yeah. And I just realized how long this video is actually getting. So no, I am not going to read this whole letter. 6 pages. That'll take me another 30 minutes, because I'm sure I'll get into explanation. I don't. So what I will do is redo off some questions that I do have contained in the letter. Is the payment coupon portion of a statement the check or another form of payment and or promise to pay? Why am I informed to not send cash as payment? What are the forms of payment and or promises to pay that are considered as cash? Why am I informed to not bind the payment coupon with or to the payments that I make? Who is the creditor? To whom is the debit owed? Who is the debitor? From whom is the tribute due? Who has possession of the original signed documents? This does not include copies of, duplicates of, etc. that are not the true original. Why does the statement provide an account summary rather than a true reflection? And why and how am I expected to balance the transactions when I am not provided with proper visuals, such as credits and debits both? And yeah, that's enough for now. I have more questions than that, but obviously, okay, I have 6 pages that make up this letter. But those are a good handful of the questions that I have in there. And yeah.